Okay, fellas, we're going to be talking about the Empyrean Foundation. Yes, the quest is live today. It takes maybe 30 minutes to complete, but you want to do this quest for a number of reasons. Number one, you're contributing to the community effort to rebuild whatever this obelisk is going to become that is placed at the tower. Secondly, you get access to infinite god rolls, meaning the moment you finish this quest, turning in these fractaline while holding time-lost bounties will auto-complete them, thus resulting in you not having to go out into the wild and manually complete these bounties. No, instead, you get to sit back from the comfort of the tower and finally obtain that God Roll Jack Queen King, or that Infinite Paths, that Trophy Hunter. Every one of these weapons that have been present this past season now have God Rolls that should be easier for you to obtain upon completion of this quest. So first up, let's talk about how to get started. You gotta go visit Saint 14, load up into the tower, and he will give you the quest Bright Future. Now it actually states to enter the sundial and defeat Scion Flayers to free the sundial core. Pretty straightforward, guys. You just want to go straight into the sundial. Doesn't have to be legend mode. We just did the regular version, and it seems like it's the same as it was before, right? You defeat a few bosses, you max out that gauge, but then, when you finally make it to the end, it actually teleports you to a new place, which is essentially the Time Lost Forest or whatever this place is called. I don't know, guys. But then these Scions merge together to make like one Super Scion. Now, pretty straightforward. Nothing about this is mechanically difficult. You gotta essentially kill each one of these Scions, capture some zones to drop these shields of the main Scion, and upon killing the 3 separate Scions that it teleports you to, this now exposes the main Scion to be taken down. Now, upon killing that super thick Scion, this now drops you the part of the quest where you have to brine the core. Essentially infuse the core with light by gathering orbs of light. Now, to me, the easiest way to do this, throw on Wendigo so that you can constantly keep picking up orbs and have a masterwork weapon. I had Ace of Spades here, and just go to whatever activity that has a lot of ads. I just went to the Lost Sector there with Greg. Took all of like 5 minutes to complete this portion. Upon doing that and obtaining 30 orbs of light, now you must return to the tower to insert the light-infused core into the tower obelisk. Now, the moment you actually open up the tower obelisk, it's got the readout right here. The obelisk hums louder. It reverberates through your body as all indicators display stronger connections. According to your ghost, this obelisk is giving off much more stable energy signature than any others you've encountered. Ghost mentions picking up an additional link outside the normal obelisk network, but cannot determine its origin. Okay, so this actually makes me believe there's something else connected to this. Maybe there's another hidden obelisk. Am I getting that right? But long story short, upon turning that in, this opens up the group effort tab. The tower obelisk functions as a conduit to all other obelisks. Each week, it generates an amount of energy influence by the total levels of other obelisks and its own progress. This energy can be infused into the obelisk to fund the Empyrean restoration effort. It can also be used to purchase and repair additional obelisk components. Now, this is why we said to actually turn in your fractaline before reset. I dropped a note on YouTube and in our Discord and on Twitter. I know some of our other content creators, Fallout, Glad, also mentioned it on their Twitters. Depending on your resonance rank, which is directly how much fractaline you've actually donated, it's like how much you should be getting back in return here. I'm not sure what the math is, guys. Just know, I donated probably 5,100 fractalines this morning. And as you see there, I got 7,200 back. And it actually states right there that you will gather the polarized fractaline generated by the tower obelisk from each prior week. So obviously, the moment you get this fractaline back, guys, just go ahead and turn it all back in. But again, this is that moment that you really want to farm for those God Roll, guys. You want to have some of these time-lost weapons in your inventory, because every time you donate these fractaline, which right now is actually 100 at a time at the tower, this completes up to 25%, maybe even a little more, of each one of these time-lost bounties, thus resulting in you sitting there and easily farming out God Rolls for each of these weapons. A huge move by Bungie. This is like menagerie on steroids. And again, if you run out of fractaline, don't worry. You're going to get it all back next week. Actually, probably even more. And then you just do this all over again. So the chances of you actually getting God Rolls from seasonal weapons this season just exponentially went up. So fellas, do this quest today. Outside of that, it does make me question whether or not there's like a hidden quest throughout all of this. Considering it was like, hey, your ghost is humming from something outside of the normal obelisk network. I'll keep you guys updated as soon as we find something on that. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.